Hi friends, very good evening. Welcome back to Let's Crack UPSC CSE Optional with India's largest learning platform, Unacademy. Let's crack it. Yes, ma. What all you will get under Unacademy platform? Needless to say, daily live classes, isn't it? Yes, every day sharp 2 p.m. on YouTube platform. Yes, today and tomorrow we'll be having, not tomorrow, probably. Today is 8 p.m. class and tomorrow 2 p.m. again we have a class on optional platform. Okay. Yes. What is the best part of live classes? The best part is that you can chat with your educator, engage in discussion, ask your doubts and answer polls all while the class is going on. The prime objective behind is thus to make this class more interactive, interesting and lively. Okay, so that you may not have the feeling that you are missing the offline classes. Next. Secondly, live test and live quiz. Yes, ma. Every Tuesday and Thursday is a live quiz. Of course, it is an ultimate revision strategy. Earn while you learn. Yes, the more number of questions you are making right, you will have a credit. That credit amount you can use for taking the enrollment and reverse engineering method. So you are also going to learn the inputs from the questions. So try to make best use out of it. Yes, this is a diamond opportunity. Structured courses. All our courses are so structured in line with your exam syllabus in order to help you best prepare for it. It is OSS for your PMI, one-stop solution for your prelim, mains and interview. Unlimited access to unlimited courses. One subscription gets you access to all our live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices, for which you have to download Unacademy Learning app. This is me, your DL ma'am. I am Dhanalakshmi, senior top verified plus educator. On top of everything, I am a passionate educator. Yes, my dear friends, in search of pursuit of happiness in my life, one of my greatest happiness lies in being as an educator for UPSC CSE category, because this is the field where I have an enormous amount of experience, closer to 16 years. I have entered into civil service preparation 2004. Of course, I'm a Vajram student. Apart from this, with respect to my teaching experience, I have more than decade-long rich experience in teaching for UPSC CSE across India, pan-India. I'm a senior most faculty. I take classes in Hyderabad, Delhi, Bangalore and Chennai. My credentials specific to civil service. Yes, I have appeared twice in UPSC CSE interview with 6 consecutive mains. 6 times I have cleared prelims continuously. I have a 6 rich mains experience. A very special note is all those 6 mains with geography as an optional, consecutive geography topper, because I have also done my masters in geography, MSc MPhil, and I'm going to do my doctorate in geography. That is a separate thing. Apart from this, I by myself as a group 2 officer, I have cleared my state service. I have also cleared multiple other competitive exams. So I can listen to your mind was, DL ma'am, is the only job is to sit and prepare for competitive exams? Certainly not. Honestly saying, there is a famous caption is there, famous wording is there. UPSC CSE preparation is the mother of all written exam, isn't it? Such like, yes, will the mother will leave the child in an empty hand? No. Such like preparing for civil service examination will never leave you an empty hand. Take me as a glaring example. Yes, you can clear multiple other competitive service as well. Fine. Apart from a unique style of teaching, I have mentored more than 25,000 aspirants over a period of last 12 years. Haven't stopped just by mentoring. I have hence produced the toppers and rankers in this field. Yes, to name a few, like All India rank 38, 84, 87, 112, 124, 127. The list is huge, huge list. So you can reach your DL ma'am who has an enormous amount of experience in this field using the code DL10. I have also pinned my Telegram link and I have also shared my Unacademy profile link. Don't forget to go and check my profile. Fine. Prepare with the top educators. Indeed is a blessing, isn't it? All the best brains of India are found under one roof, and needless to say, that roof is Unacademy. To name a few, Rinal Sir, Roman Saini, Ayush Shangi, Sudarshan Gurjar, the list is endless. Utilize the platform to its fullest. Comprehensive syllabus. Here again, we have a courses closer to 16K courses for UPSC CSE category alone, including the optional courses. Yes. So utilize the platform to its fullest. One subscription, unlimited benefits. Aren't they? Yes. For example, learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all courses. Top educators of India on one platform. Exhaustive coverage of syllabus. Regular doubt clearing sessions. Live test series. study material, answer writing session, mentoring and guidance. When you have an enormous amount of benefits like this, I really didn't know which is stopping you from taking the subscription. So it's really high time to take the subscription. Preferably, it's better to go for the batch course, 6-month batch course. Yes, ma'am. So for 24 months for plus subscription, the fees detail is for 24 months. After using my code DL10, you get 10% instant discount. At last, you have to pay only 64,800. And for 36 months, the fees is 81,000. And here again, for iconic subscription, the 24 months, the fees after using my code DL10, you have to pay only 96,300. And for 36 months, it is 1,26,900. It's really high time to take the subscription right away. Why? Because there is going to be an increase in fees in iconic subscription. Then, with respect to optional, for 24 months it is 36,000 and for 36 months it is 45,000. Don't forget to use my code DL10. The most competitive gamified UPSC CSE battle is here. Already you know the format. Unacademy Combat. Yes, 2 combat has been done. So we can expect the other thing fortnightly once. You're going to compete with the thousands of learners in India's biggest fortnightly competition for UPSC CSE. Contest format, 45 minutes, 60 questions, 13 combats, 6 sections, relative scoring, fortnightly contest, alternate Sunday. So it's really high time to take. Only 6 months is remaining. Of course, we are left with only another 6 days to say a big bye to 2020, and you're going to welcome the 2021 because that is your target year. Yes, so try to target 2021 prelims and try to take service in 2021, of course, clearing your prelims, mains and a series. 6 months to UPSC CSE 2021 prelims, a pathway to crack UPSC CSE with India's best educator. The batch starts on 28th December. Ultimate GS 6 months batch course for prelims 2021. Of course, Mission 2021 6 months batch course for UPSC CSE prelims syllabus coverage, top educators, prelim test series with analysis, detailed analysis by the top educators. Of course, at the end of this class, you will have a study material in the PDF format, dedicated doubt clearing session, interview preparation. Expedition 2021 6 months batch course, Expedition 2022 1 year batch course, and Expedition 2023 2 years batch course. Yes, both in English as well as in Hindi and bilingual as well. Iconic prize hike coming soon, so don't fall in this. So try to take the enrollment right away so that you can save your hard-earned money somewhere closer to 10k to 15k. Okay, the best things you get under iconic subscription is that connect with your personal coach, main test series with evaluation, customize your study planner, attend study booster sessions, be a part of high intensity workshops, practice answer writing daily, accelerate your preparation with daily content. So right away enroll today itself so that you can save your money. Mentoring. Successful people never reach their goals alone. Mentoring is a process. Of course, it's a brain to pick and here to listen and push into the right direction. Mentors are all around us. At every stage of life, you would have come across the mentors who makes you feel confident, inspired, focused, and willing to share their experience. So, irrespective of multiple starting points, yes, because it is an all India exam, you can start your journey from any point of India, sitting in Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, anywhere. But for all of this, there is only one end point, there is only one destination, that is Labasna. Isn't it? Like multiple roads lead to one destination. So normally it is said that our journey is a difficult journey because our journey is not bed of roses, it is torn of bushes. But please keep remembering, please make sure that one thing is beautiful destination is waiting for you. Once you reach the destination, you will be received with red carpet welcome, with much adulation and respect from the society. So you deserve it. Here somebody has got to say you what to do, what not to do, and how to do. All those things gets covered under mentoring. Thus, I wish to see my students not just as a good enough, better, but the best. Okay. Thus, I become a mentor because I wanted to give the thing I didn't realize is how much I would get. Fine, ma. So now we are going to start the class. Please confirm. Chapter 17. Am I right? GC LEONG series is going. Of course, you all know by this time how to master GC LEONG world climatic types. We have come up with a very powerful code. D, C, V, E. Am I right, ma? Distribution with respect to latitudinal extent and places. So D is distribution. Here we have to check latitudinal extent and the places which falls around that particular climatic type. What is C? Climate. What is V? Vegetation. What is E? Economy and life of the people. So this is the success tips or the code to master world climatic types. Hope you guys remember this, isn't it? Climate. Under climate, we will be discussing the temperature and precipitation. And savanna type is one of the most important climatic type we are going to discuss. Of course, it is a tropical grassland. We also have a temperate grassland steppe type. Okay, that we'll be discussing in the next month. So savanna, the tropical grassland, overhunting by the hands of humans. So this is all. Savannas have a tropical climate and are identified by tall grasses. They are not overly diverse when it comes to vegetation. When you talk about vegetation, it is not evergreen vegetation as you see in hot-wet equatorial climate. However, there are far more species of grasses than the trees. So, which is dominated here? G greater than T. Grasses greater than trees, isn't it? So, only it is called as a tropical grassland. They do though have a fair amount of animal diversity. Splendor savanna facts: the most tree adaptations are to the drought that they experience. Drought resistance. Okay. Now we'll discuss everything in detail. Can I zoom this? Please look at here. Yes, birds of prey thrive in savannas due to the open spaces. Rain is highly seasonal in nature. Largest savanna biome is located in Africa. Nearly half of the Africa is considered as savanna. Okay. So, can I begin with the topic, ma? Savanna biome, of course, the first comes to is, now we are going to discuss all our near and dear ones, our friends. So, we are going to discuss many of our friends in this class. This is one of the most important and interesting class as well. Savanna biome, the majestic, of course. Fine. Interesting facts. Almost half of Africa is considered as a savanna land because the savanna remains warm all year long. The savanna biome is mostly made up of grass, but there are a few trees. Is this fine? They are mostly made up of grass, but there are few trees. The savanna has a long dry season, so plants can adapt to the climate. Okay. Then, although there are various types of soil, savanna is a grassland with scattered individual trees. Here and there only you can see the trees. Like you cannot see the dense trees, evergreen trees as you have checked in the hot-wet equatorial climate, isn't it? So, it is a grassland with scattered individual trees. Climate is the most important factor in this type. Okay, savannas are always found in warm or hot climate where the annual rainfall is from about 50 to 127 centimeter, which is closer to only just 20 to 50 inches per year. For total year, you can experience only 50 inches. The soil of the savanna is porous. What do you mean by porous, ma? The soil of the savanna is porous. We will discuss. Okay. With the rapid drainage of water, savannas are sometimes classified as forests. The predominant vegetation consists of grasses and forbs. Savanna has both a dry and a rainy season. Seasonal fires play a vital role in savanna's biodiversity. In October, a series of violent thunderstorms followed by a strong drying wind signals the beginning of the dry season. Okay, is this fine? Just remember. Yes, again another important fact. Did you know the savanna biome has the largest biodiversity plant-eating mammals on the planet? How many of you love to watch this geography channel, National Geographic channel, Animal channel? Of course, we could see our friends over there, isn't it? All those shooting has been taken in this savanna land. Yes, that we will discuss. This biome is the largest in South Africa, Southern Africa, that occupies 46% of the area and over 1/3 of Southern Africa. Here is an interesting fact I bet you will never heard before. In South America, grasslands are called pampas. In Europe, it is grasslands are called as a steppe, temperate grassland. And in Africa, the grasslands are called as savanna. So these are the different types of grasslands, isn't it? In South America, the grasslands are called as pampas. In Europe, the grasslands is called as steppes, and in Africa, they are called as savannas. My last part, the quarter of the land on the earth or grassland. Is this fine? Is the speed is fine? Everything is clear? Please acknowledge ma. Yes, Solarajan. We have a very interesting class. Please watch. Unique facts. A savanna is a rolling grassland, rolling tropical grassland scattered with the shrubs and its isolated trees, which can be found between a tropical rainforest and desert biome. Not enough rain falls on a savanna to support forest. If you want a dense forest, definitely we should have a high temperature and high precipitation, isn't it? Here the temperature is high, but what about the precipitation? Hardly for a whole year we have only 50 inches. It's 50 inches precipitation is enough for this dense vegetation. Please look at this diagram. Let me zoom it. Please look at this diagram. Does it give us any evergreen vegetation feeling? Here and then you can see the dull pale color. Okay, thoda sa like desert type, isn't it? So savanna climate, Sudan type climate, tropical grassland. Can I begin the session? Is this fine? Now what is the code? Please fill the column. What is the code? What is the pattern? First we are going to discuss D, C, V, E. All I will complete in today's class itself. I'll try to complete this full in today's class. So D is the distribution, latitudinal extent and the places. C is temperature, annual temperature and annual precipitation. V is vegetation and E is economy and life of the people. Is this clear? So savanna or Sudan climate, it is also called as savanna or Sudan, not and. Please be very careful. Savanna or the other name, it is also known as Sudan type or it is also known as tropical grasslands. So it has been called differently, but it is same. Is this clear? Savanna, Sudan or tropical grasslands. Okay. So please be very careful in questions prelims. You might have a chance to make a mistakes here. Please don't let this to happen. Is a transitional type of a climate found between the equatorial forest and trade wind hard desert. What do you mean by transitional? Can I say it is sandwiched between savanna in middle? Okay. Okay. Savanna in middle, and top of it we have an equatorial forest and desert forest at the bottom. So savanna in middle, that is called as a transitional type of climate found between the equatorial forest and trade wind hot deserts. It is confined within the tropics. So the latitudinal extent is within the tropics, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and it is best developed in Sudan, where dry and wet climate are most distinct. Yes, we have a dry climate is a separate season, the wet climate, rainy season is a separate climate. That's why it is called as a distinct season, hence named Sudan climate. It covers much of Africa. As we mentioned already, it covers savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland. It covers much of the Africa, mainly Kenya, Nigeria, Gambia, as well as large area of Australia, Southern America, Brazilian islands and India. Is this fine, ma? So, the latitudinal extent is within the tropics, within the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn and the places. So please open page number 128 in your GC LEONG. Please open 128 in your GC LEONG. What are the places? Lyoness, Compass, Kano, Salisbury. Can you check these? So Sudan climate is characterized by alternate hot and rainy season. Okay, distinct hot rainy season from May to September and cool dry season. So hot season is a rainy season. So can I say it is a summer rainfall? Can I say it is a summer rainfall? Hot rainy season and cool dry season, October to April in northern hemisphere and vice versa in southern hemisphere. Is this clear, ma? The savanna climate has a temperature range somewhere closer to 18 to 30 degrees Celsius. In winters, it is usually about 18 to 25 degrees Celsius, and in summers, the temperature ranges from 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Is this clear? Is this clear? So the savanna climate has a temperature range somewhere to 18 to 30 degree. In winters, it is usually about 18 to 25. So there is a distinct difference is there. Winter, it is less. Of course, it is 18 to 25, and summer, it is 18 to 30. Okay. And in summer, it is 30 degree, 25 to 30. So naturally, summer is high. Next, like the monsoon climate, the maximum temperature tend to occur in late spring to early summer prior to the onset of rainy season, with the daily temperature range greater during the dry season and annual temperature range increasing towards poleward from equatorial region. Both the length of the rainy season as well as annual total rainfall decreases from equator towards the pole. Yes or no? The rainfall, naturally you know this, the rainfall decreases from the equator towards the poles. Yes or no, ma? Yes or no? From equator to subtropical, then temperate and polar region. So the rainfall decreases from equator towards the poles. On the whole, annual precipitation is 100 centimeter less than the tropical monsoon climate, and length of the wet and dry seasons differs with locality. We will be discussing. Is this fine? Is this fine till now? So one clue is that what we have discussed under distribution, latitudinal extent, first point you have to remember, latitudinal extent is within the tropics, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay. So this point is clear. Places, which are the places which experience savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland, such as Africa, majority of the Africa, Southern Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Gambia, as well as large areas of Australia, South America, Brazilian highlands and India. Okay. So Sudan climate is characterized by alternate and distinct hot rainy season from May to September and cool dry season October to April in northern hemisphere and vice versa in southern. So what is the temperature? Of course, we have a winter temperature closer to 18. So just remember 15 to 30 and summer temperature 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Is this clear? Then, so distribution, again now we are going to fill everything separately. D, C, V, E. Under D, L and P. What is this L? It is located between 5 to 20 degree latitudes on either of the equator. First point. So under distribution, the latitudinal extent is within the tropics. Am I right, ma? Am I right? Within the tropics, within Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Second, it is a transitional type of climate found between the equatorial forest and the semi-arid and subtropical humid climate, which is nothing but it is a transitional, it is sandwiched between the hot wet equatorial climate, equatorial forest and the desert. Okay, so it is spaced in between the both. This is the second point you have to remember. This is a transitional type of climate found between the equatorial forest and semi-arid and subtropical humid climate. Third, the most characteristic area of savanna climate includes Llanos of Orinoco Valley, where it is South America, Pampas of Brazil, hilly areas of Central America, Southern Zaire, etc. So these are all the examples of places. Is D is clear? Is D is over? Under D, we will be discussing two things. Distribution. D is distribution. One is latitudinal extent and another one is places. What is the latitudinal extent? 15 to 5 to 20 degree north and south of equator, which means within the tropics, within the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and which are all the places which experience this savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland climate. For example, Llanos of Orinoco Valley, Pampas of Brazil, hilly area of Central America, Southern Zaire, etc. Is this clear, ma? Is this clear? See, the places we have here, it covers much of Africa, yes, as well as large area of Australia. In South America, Campos Islands in Brazil, and also Lianas of Orinoco Valley. So did we complete the code D? Did we complete the code D? Is distribution is over? Please let me know. Is distribution is over? Just look out here. So this is the figure. This is the Lianas of Orinoco Valley. This is a Campos of Brazil. And here we have a Cano. See, majority of the Africa consists of Savanna or Sudan type of climate. Can you see this shape? Yes or no? And this is called as a Salisbury and the parts of Australia. Is this clear, ma? Are you finding it easy? You can have the same. So this is the secret code, success code, DCVE. Is D is over completely? Is distribution is over completely with respect to latitudinal extent and places. Now you fill the answer. Latitudinal extent, first point is that 5 to 20 degree north and south of equator. Yes or no? North and south of equator, which is nothing but it lies within the tropics. It lies within the tropics. Am I right? Am I right? Second, the places which experiences the savanna, Sudan, and tropical grassland. What are they? Lianas of Orinoco Valley, Campos, okay, majority of the Africa, parts in Australia, okay. So did we have the answer for this D? This D is over. This D is perfectly over. Can I move on to the next code? Now we are going to discuss C, climate. So this is the secret pattern. Of course, if you are going to master DCVE pattern, then you will never ever find world climatic types difficult. This is the pattern I am following for all the climatic types. Okay. Second, climate. Can I move on climate, ma? Under second code climate. Under climate, we are going to discuss two things. Temperature and precipitation. Is this fine? Temperature and precipitation. The savanna climate is characterized by distinct wet and dry season. When will be the wet season, ma? Please fill the answer. Wet season is just now we have discussed. Wet season is, do you remember the first point? It is characterized by distinct wet season. Why? Because in hot wet equatorial climate, we doesn't have a distinct seasons. Okay, all rainfall throughout the year, starting from January till December. Whereas in tropical monsoon and tropical marine climate, we have a 4 distinct seasons, isn't it? Summer season, rainy season, winter season, cool dry season. Here we have only 2 seasons. One is a wet season, another one is a dry season. When is the wet season? When is the wet season? Did we discuss? Didn't I say this word? Hot wet season and cool dry season. Didn't I say this, ma? Didn't I say this? Mean high temperature. So the temperature is throughout the year is between 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. Here we have a difference with respect to winter temperature and summer temperature. Winter temperature is 15 to 30 and summer temperature is 25 to 30. So on an average, which is greater than 25 and less than 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. The annual range of temperature. What do you mean by annual range? Annual range is between the highest and the lowest. If you have the book, please open page number 121, 129. Let me check whether I have attached climatic graph. No. Did I attach climatic graph? No. Okay. So can you see this? Let me take page number 129. 2 stations has been given as an example. For example, the first station in figure is Cano. Under this Cano, can you see the temperature? Which month has the highest temperature and which month has the lowest temperature? Superma. October 81 and what did you say? April. How? October to April. Which is the highest, ma? 89 is the highest. Okay. Which is the lowest? Which is the lowest? Lowest is in, I think, January. Am I right? Am I right? See, my dear, highest temperature is recorded in April. You are right, 89. And the lowest temperature is like recorded in the month of January, 72. Yes or no? April and January. Is this clear, ma? Radhika, is this clear? Highest with respect to precipitation. With respect to precipitation, for example, in Kano, this is in the northern hemisphere. So this example with respect to northern hemisphere, we also check with respect to southern hemisphere. Okay. Precipitation, highest and the lowest. Highest we have in the month of July, not August. The month of August. Am I right? The month of August, 12.1. Okay. And lowest we have, of course, in January, 0. December, January, November, December, January, complete 0. November to December. So one thing is very clear that we do not have a rainfall throughout the year. So the major precipitation is concentrated from the month of May till September. So it is a summer rainfall. Can I say it is a summer rainfall? Summer precipitation, summer maximum. Ma, are you able to understand? Are you able to understand how to see the climatic graph? How to see the climatic graph? Please let me know. So the range is 89 minus 72. Highest minus lowest. Am I right? So the range is 17 degree Fahrenheit. Are you able to understand, ma? Radhika? So the highest is in the month of 89 is in the month of April, January. So this is how we have to find. And precipitation, it is a summer rainfall because hot, wet season and cool, dry season. Is this clear? And second, coming to southern hemisphere. Please go and check southern hemisphere. What is an example? Salisbury. Check and let me know. Check and let me know for Salisbury with respect to temperature range. Everyone, Solaraj and Radhika, which is the highest month? Highest is 71, October, minus lowest is 56, July. Am I right? So 71 minus 56. So this is the temperature range and the precipitation we have 32 inches. Okay. 32 inches. So the range is 15. So this is our precipitation. You just check. Do we have a rainfall throughout the year? Do we have from January till December? Can you see the black shaded in all the months? No. Whereas there we don't have rainfall. JJ. What is this JJ? June and July. There is no precipitation. 0 and 0. So the highest precipitation is recorded from the month of November, December, January, February, March, which is nothing but cool, dry season in the northern hemisphere is a vice versa. In southern hemisphere, in cool season only, we will have a rainfall. Did you understand this? Did you understand this? Let me say this again. Let me say this again with respect to northern and southern hemisphere. Okay, ma'am. This is clear. Sudan climate is characterized by Sudan climate is characterized by alternate and distinct hot rainy season. Yes or no? What are the stations we have checked now? Kano in the northern hemisphere. Yes or no? So, Kano in the northern hemisphere, we have a rainfall and hot rainy season. So, it is a summer rainfall, which means go and check in Kano. You have a precipitation from the month of May till September. May, June, July, August, September. Don't you think this is a month of a hot season? Yes or no? Yes or no? So, during this season, if you have a rainfall, then it is a hot rainy season from May to September and cool dry season. Please go and check from October to October to April, you will have a very, very little rainfall. Specifically, November, December, January, you don't have rainfall at all. This is the case with respect to Northern Hemisphere, and they have given one word, the vice versa in Southern Hemisphere. What do you mean by vice versa in Southern Hemisphere? Which means, check the example station in the Southern Hemisphere. Salisbury is the Southern Hemisphere. More able to understand? Here, the rainy season will not be in the hot. Here it is a winter season will be a rainy season. Yes or no? Summer season will be a dry season. In Northern Hemisphere, summer season is a rainy season and winter is a cool and dry. So in Southern Hemisphere, the cool season, winter season is a rainy season. For example, the precipitation starts from the month of November till April, you have a rainfall. Yes or no? Yes or no? And in the summer season, so winter season, which means cool, rainy season and hot, dry season. How many of you understood this clearly? How many of you understood? This is exactly the vice versa. So please don't fail to watch this now. This is one of the most important points. Did you understand? Did you understand? Please let me know. And the Savanna climate has a temperature range. Of course, we know highest minus lowest. Is this clear? Is this clear? The C is clear. D is over. C is over. See, these are the stations. So, the annual range of temperature is between 3 degrees Celsius and 8 degrees Celsius. Yes or no? The range will be very, very less. The extreme diurnal range of temperature. What do you mean by diurnal range? Which is nothing but which got registered within 24 hours. Diurnal range of temperature is a characteristic of Sudan or Savanna or tropical grassland. Yes or no? So while reading only have to keep saying like this, it is a Sudan type or Savanna type or a tropical grassland. The average annual rainfall ranges between 100 and 150 centimeter. Did we complete C? Okay, so this type of season as an alternate wet and dry season similar to monsoon climate but has considerably less rainfall. Also, there is no distinct rainy season like in the monsoon. Only two seasons where we have winter season and summer season. Rain occurs in summer season in the Northern Hemisphere. Yes or no? Summer maxima. Precipitation happens in the summer season. It's like, you know, what is this characteristics with respect to tropical monsoon and tropical marine? We have a 4 distinct season: rainy season, summer season, winter season, cool, dry. Here we have only 2 seasons: hot season and cold season. Okay, winter and summer. Summer season, you have a precipitation in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, winter or dry. In the Southern Hemisphere, winter you will have a precipitation and summer or dry. Is this clear? Is this clear? Very, very important point. Then, so it is very natural. Floods and drought both are common. Vegetation, wildlife and human life. Vegetation, wildlife and human life are quite different from monsoon climate regions. Is this clear? Did I complete? So distribution of a savanna climate, it is confined within the tropics and it is best developed in Sudan. Hence its name is the Sudan climate. It is a transitional type of climate found between the equatorial rainforest and hot desert. So it is sandwiched between. Imagine this is savanna time, means here you have, okay, here you have equatorial forest. Imagine this is equatorial forest. This is desert season, hot dry desert season, hot deserts. Okay, so equatorial forest, savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland, and this is a hot desert or mid-latitude desert. Yes or no? So don't you think this is lies in between like a sandwich? Okay, this is in the middle part, stuffed between the equatorial forest and the desert. Is this clear till now? Is this clear till now? Africa savanna. Okay, then we are going to discuss vegetation. Okay, firstly, okay. Here we have distribution of savanna. African savanna. The belt includes West African Sudan. Western side of Africa. Just check in your atlas. West African Sudan. And then the curves south towards. Did you see this pattern, ma? In Africa? See, imagine if this is in Africa. Okay. If this is in Africa. And now you check. Give me a moment. Can you see this pattern? It turns, curve turns. Okay. Did you see this pattern, ma? See, the belt includes West African Sudan and then curves southwards into East Africa, Kenya region, and then Southern Africa, north of Tropic of Capricorn. Because this type itself is lies between the tropics, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Yes or no? Yes or no? You have to bring this. Is this point is clear? Starting from Tropic of Cancer, it has to stop within the Tropic of Capricorn. So from the western side of Africa, it extends towards the eastern side of Africa and the curve bends towards the southern Africa. Majority of the Africa, it is of Sudan type of climate. Savanna, Sudan or tropical grassland. That's why it has got this name Sudan. Is this fine? Then South America savanna. In South America, we have two types. There are two distinct regions, namely Llanuras of Orinoco Basin, north of the equator, and Pampas of the Brazilian highlands, south of the equator. So here, for example, let me draw another diagram for South America. Okay. In South America, which are the area we have this savanna type, savanna or Sudan. Just draw this as, let me make it very clear. Okay. Imagine this is equator. Equator is passing through here. Okay. Equator is passing through here. Let me take another color. Okay. Here, north of equator, this zone, this region is called Llanuras. Of course, this is an equator. North of equator, Llanuras of Orinoco Basin. Okay. And south of equator, here, a compass of Brazilian highlands. So, these two places, compass of Brazilian highland and Llanuras of Orinoco Basin, South America experiences. One is north of equator, this is north of equator, and this is south of equator. Is this clear, ma? Are you able to follow? So this is a savanna type and Australian savanna. Okay, in Australia, the Australian savanna is located south of the monsoon strip, that is northern Australia, running from the west to east, to north of Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, Indian savanna, certain parts across the northern Karnataka, southern Maharashtra, Telangana exhibit the characteristics of both the semi-arid and savanna climate. Due to irrigation and cultivation, this region is different from other savanna region. Is this clear? Okay. So now you say me, this is an equator, okay? North of equator, Lionas of Orinoco Basin, compass of Brazilian highlands. This is this Savanna or Sudan or tropical grasslands in South America. Here, starting from the Tropic of Cancer, western part of Africa, it stretches through the eastern Kenya region, okay, and it extends till the southern Africa on little north of Tropic of Capricorn. So it is confined within the tropics. Yes or no? This is the tropics. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Am I right? So it is confined within the tropics. Then here in Australia. So in Australia, this belt from west to east, north of Tropic of Capricorn, this place. So these are the savanna grasslands. Distribution of savanna grasslands or the places. Did we complete the code? D is Latin. D is clear. Distribution, which is nothing but we'll be discussing in two heads, latitudinal extent and the places which experiences this savanna, Sudan or tropical grassland climate. Is this clear? Yes or no? Then see, look at here. Savanna climate, of course you know, mean annual rainfall ranges, just it is from 80 to 160. Rainfall decreases with the distance from the equator, which means rainfall decreases from the equator towards the poles. Yes or no? Towards the poles. So rainfall decreases from equator towards the poles. First point you have to remember. In the northern hemisphere, which is the rainy season? In the northern hemisphere, the rainy season is a summer season. So here summer maximum, okay, May till September. So hot rainy season and cool dry season. Winter season is a dry season because it has only two seasons. One is summer, another one is winter. In the northern hemisphere, summer is a rainy season and winter is a dry season. Reverse is the case in the southern hemisphere. In southern hemisphere, the rainy season is October to March, which is nothing but cool season, cool rainy season, and hot season is a dry season. Winter is a rainy season and summer is a dry season. Is this clear? That's it. Super. Alternate in southern hemisphere. Temperature. Mean annual temperature is greater than 18 degrees Celsius. First point. Okay. The monthly temperature hovers between 20 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Celsius for lowland stations. Highest temperature does not coincide with the period of highest sun. Because there is a normal saying, normal saying. What is this? When is the highest temperature recorded? June in the northern hemisphere, but occur just before the onset of the rainy season. April in the northern hemisphere and October in the southern hemisphere. Highest temperature. Just to check, where do we have an highest temperature? Yes, they are right. In the northern hemisphere. Example, Kano. Kano is an example station in the northern hemisphere. Just to check with respect to temperature, which month record the highest temperature? Normally, as we all know, June will have a highest temperature, but here it doesn't not. It has happened just before the rainy season. What is the rainy season in the northern hemisphere? May. So the highest temperature records just before the rainy season, April. Yes or no? Rainy season is May to September, and the highest temperature is recorded just before the rainy season in the month of April. Yes or no? It is 18.9. In southern hemisphere, what is the station example in the southern hemisphere? Salisbury. When is the highest temperature? Highest temperature in the month of October. Yes or no? The month of October, the rainy season, April in the northern hemisphere and October in the southern hemisphere. Okay, is this clear? So each and everything does not coincide. Normally the highest temperature is June in the northern, but here it does not occur. Just before the rainy season is the highest temperature in both the hemisphere. In northern hemisphere, the rainy season is from May to September. In southern hemisphere, the rainy season occurs in the winter season. Okay, so in October, that is rain starts in November, means just 1 month before the rainy season, that is October. Is this point is clear? Is this point is clear? Then days are hot and night are cold, because here days are hot and night and cold because we have only two seasons, summer and winter. This extreme diurnal range, whereas in hot wet equatorial climate we don't have an extreme diurnal range. Here we have an extreme diurnal range of temperature is another characteristic feature of Sudan type of climate. Extreme diurnal range of temperature is another characteristic of Sudan type of climate. Winds. What is the other peculiarity here? The prevailing winds of the region are trade winds. Yes or no? Trade winds. Northeast trade wind, northeast trade wind and southeast trade wind, because within the tropics, it confined within the tropics. So this is northeast trade winds and this is southeast trade wind. Okay, the prevailing winds of the region are the trade winds which bring rain to the coastal districts. The trade winds which will bring rain to the coastal district. Yes or no? Are you able to visualize, ma? Are you able to visualize the convergence of northeast trade wind and southeast trade wind? They are strongest in the summer because of the position of ITCZ, but are relatively dry by the time they reach the continental interior or the western coast. Trade winds are easterlies because they flow from east to west. Yes or no? Northeast, from east towards the west. They flow from east towards the west. Are you able to visualize? In West Africa, the rainfall decreases from east to west here. Already we have discussed one point. The rainfall decreases from equator towards the pole. Second point is the rainfall decreases from the east towards the west. The prime reason, the major reason behind is that it comes under the influence of trade winds. The trade winds flows from the east towards the west. Don't worry, next month I'll be doing a wind topic in climatology. Different types of winds, there you will have a clarity. Okay? Is this fine? Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Is this fine, ma? Can I proceed? Then, in West Africa, the northeast trade wind. In West Africa, the northeast trade, in fact, blow offshore, continent to sea, offshore. Of course, from land to sea. Onshore is sea to land. Am I right? Am I right? Offshore, from land to sea. Do we have a precipitation? No. Onshore, from sea to land. Will we have a precipitation? Yes. So, in West Africa, the northeast trade winds, in fact, blow offshore. Since it is starting its journey from the continent, that also the desert region. So, it is from the Sahara Desert and reach the Guinea coast as a dry, dust-laden winds. Yes or no? Yes or no? See, let me say that Africa, just remember, okay, from Sahara Desert, the wind is starting. It is offshore winds. Why? Because it is starting its journey from the desert. So, on crossing the desert, it picks up the moisture, isn't it? Does it have a moisture here? No. Wherever either it crosses the sea, it picks up the moisture. Now, it is crossing a desert. On passing through the desert, it can pick up only the sand. On it reached to the western coast of the Africa, here it cannot shower the precipitation because it has only sand on its way. Because of that only, this is called as a dry dust laden wind. Whereas you remember, if it's going to start its journey from the sea, towards the land, means here on crossing through the sea, it picks up the moisture. On reaching the interior of the continent or in the land, it will shed the precipitation. This already we have discussed in multiple classes. Anyhow, we'll be doing it again in the climatology wind class. Is this clear, ma? So I'll give you 5 minutes time. Before going into the next is vegetation, can you summarize, can you generate all the points what you have discussed with respect to DNC? DNC. Is or no, ma? Can you D, distribution, C, climate. I'll give you 3 minutes time. Try to generate the points we have discussed with respect to D and C. Because of the powerful code DCVE, we have completed D and C. Now only we are going to complete another two, V, vegetation, and E, economy and life of the people. Both we are going to do it right away. Is this fine? Intertropical convergence zone. It is not TCZ. It is not TCZ. It is convergence. ITCZ. That's why I said Solarajan. This we will be discussing in climatology. Okay. ITCZ. For example, this region is ITCZ. Inter, in between, tropical. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, which is nothing but northeast trade wind and southeast trade wind. They will come and converge at a zone. This place is called Intertropical Convergence Zone, is known as ITCZ. Is this clear? Wait for the wind class. Convergence of northeast trade wind from the north and southeast trade wind from the south. Both they come and converge at a place. They'll come and meet at a place. That zone is called as an intertropical convergence zone, which is a place where we experience a heavy precipitation. Okay, it's a climatology concept. Wait for the class. Wait for the wind topic. So quickly make it, ma. Quickly generate the points. Please generate the points. Okay. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Then we'll go to the next things. Vegetation. So this is the powerful key word. D, C, V, E. Distribution, climate, vegetation, life and economy. The powerful code to smart any climatic type. Starting from 15 till the last type. 10 climatic types. So out of this, we have completed thoroughly D and C. Are you writing answers, ma'am? I'm waiting for your reply. I have given you 3 minutes time. Try to brainstorm. Try to generate the points with respect to D and C. What are the points you have to generate now with respect to D? Distribution. Yes, I'm waiting for you. With respect to, so DCV. Distribution, climate. Under distribution, latitudinal extent and places. Under climate, temperature and precipitation. Then right away we will complete B and E. Make it fast, ma. Make it fast. Is this fine? Okay. Please post the answer. Now we are going to do vegetation. Next is vegetation. Done? Friends, are you writing the answer? At least say yes or no, because I'm waiting that. Next is okay. Can I move on to the code 3? Vegetation D, C, V, E. So D is done, distribution is done, C is done, climate is done. Now vegetation. Look at here. What is the type? What is the name of the type? Savanna, Sudan, Savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland. Yes or no? So this is a clue. In the name itself, it has mentioned that grasslands. So it gives a clue that grasses, long, tall grasses, greater than trees. Skated trees we have. Okay. So it is characterized by tall grass and short trees. See, tall grass, TG greater than ST, short trees, tall grass and short trees. Second, the trees are deciduous and hard. What do you mean by deciduous? The trees shed their leaves during the summer season. Why did they shed their leaves during the summer season? In order to preserve the in order to save the loss of evapotranspiration from the leaves, isn't it? So they think instead of losing the precipitation, the little amount of moisture we have in the leaves through evapotranspiration, it is better to drop all the leaves, shed all the leaves, and let us keep quiet till the summer gets over. Is this fine? And the grass is a tall and coarse like elephant grass. Scrubland. Try to understand. Scrubland is well represented by number of species in Australia like mully, mulga, spinifex grass, etc. So what are the different species in Australia? Scrubland. Normally what not? Tall grass greater than short trees. So the grass is dominant. The grass is called elephant type, that is a tall and coarse, and scrubland. Scrubland is well numbered. Different types of species we have. For example, the species in Australia, the names of the species in Australia is mully, mulga, spinifex grass, etc. Is this fine? Can I move on? Okay, and because the trees are always present with luxuriant tall grass, the terms, what is the term it is used is parkland or bushveld. Okay, the specific terms used for here is, let me check, is it there? Parkland or bushveld, which means the trees are always present with the luxuriant tall grass. The terms parkland or bushveld perhaps describes the landscape better. So what is the term used here? Parkland or bushveld. Parkland or bushveld. Is this fine? Is this fine, ma? Then, because savanna, of course, climate region, savanna landscape. What is the term? Parkland or bushveld is generally characterized by tall grass. The grass will be more than 6 to 8 feet. Can we see any tall grasses in our place like that? Grass itself is standing to the height of a man's height. 6 feet height grass. and short trees. The trees are very short. Okay, Omkar, when did you join? When did you join? Tall grass. And savannas are generally known as tropical grasslands, but it is rather misleading as trees are always present with the luxuriant tall grass. No, it is not like that. Grasses are dominant. So only there is a term is used. It is a parkland or bushveld. Oh, really sad, ma. Please don't scold me. Parkland or bushveld. Okay. The trees grow best towards the equatorial humid latitude or along the river banks, but decreases in height and density away from the equator because there only gets at least a little amount of moisture. So if it moves towards the interior, so it decreases in height and also in density. What is the natural height of the grass? The grass is like somewhere it was closer to, trees grow best towards the equatorial. Whatever it is, the grass's height is 6 to 8 feet high, and you can see the tall grass, short trees. Whereas in hot wet equatorial climate, tall trees 50 feet, 60 feet, canopy, umbrella shape, climbers, lianas, isn't it? But here we don't have such, like it is a grass dominated. Here and there you could see some trees, scattered trees. The trees are generally deciduous. Why they are deciduous? Because they don't want to lose even the little amount of moisture they have in their leaves in the forms of evapotranspiration. So only they are deciduous during summer season, shedding their leaves in the cool, dry season to prevent excessive loss of water through transpiration. For example, arachias. Is this clear? For example, hot season is the rainy season in the northern hemisphere. Cool season is the dry season. So one concept you have to remember: the tree is generally deciduous during the dry season. So this changes with respect to the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Is this clear? Now, others have a broad trunk. The trunks will be very extensive, broad. It is not narrow, deeply rooted. It is broad extended. Why it is broad extended? Because if you want to find something, they are extending their hands like an octopus hands. They are trying to extend in all the possible direction. 8. Because at least in some way don't we get some amount of moisture, underground search for the water. So the others have a broad trunks to store water to survive through the prolonged drought, such as baobabs and bottle trees. So what are the species? Arachias. Is or no? See, arachias. Okay. Baobabs and bottle trees. Is this clear, ma? And palm tree. Of course, naturally these trees we can see only in the hard, which cannot stand drought or confined to the wettest area along the river. Here the palm, the plantation trees, at least it requires minimum of, it cannot withstand, it is not drought resistant crop. For which if you want to see the palm trees, it can be survive only in the wettest area, that is along the coastal river areas. Okay. So the tropical savanna plant adaptation, can you see? Whistling thorn, okay, umbrella thorn, acacia, baobab, yes or no? Baobab and tropical savanna plant adaptation grow in tufts, resistant to drought, because hardly they see the precipitation. That's precipitation in the northern hemisphere is a summer rainfall, and of course in the southern hemisphere it is during the cool season. Many plants have thorns. Why? In order to preserve themselves from the loss of the precipitation through the evapotranspiration, not precipitation, the moisture. Sorry. And many plants have thorns and sharp leaves to protect against predation. They already have very little leaves. That leaves, it will be come and be grazed by the cattle. So in order to preserve that, they look very thorny, like jackfruit. Okay, inside it is very tasty. Outside it looks a very thorny appearance, isn't it? So vegetative luxuriance reaches its peaks in rainy season. Rainy season is from May to September, when trees renew their foliage and flower. Grasses lie dormant You do not know whether it is alive or dead. It seems like it is there, but it doesn't it doesn't flourish. Okay, grasses lie dormant throughout the long dry period by shedding their leaves. They don't die out. Okay, they are not active or they are not extinct in the middle. They shed their leaves and they keep quiet. They know how to sustain, maintain themselves. Okay. Grasses lie dormant throughout the long dry period and springs up again in the next rainy season. So here and there, see, just remember, if you see the thorny, okay, thorny, it doesn't look any good feel at all. What is this? Like a spikes. Sometimes you have a hairstyles, na? Hairstyle during childhood days. Of course, if when you enter the adults, you don't. If you of course this happened in my life. I asked my son to go and get a haircut. It's 2 years back. Okay, he didn't have a proper haircut. He had something spike. I said, "What has happened to your head?" It was like spike. Everything. So it looks like a very dry. He said it is a style, but I have yelled at him, shouted at him. So again, that tree looks like this. It's a thorny and a dry appearance. Again, it springs back. Now you see the little about it will have the leaves again. When during the rainy season, which means that it is dormant during the dry season, deciduous season, and it's flourish again during the rainy season. Yes or no? Yes or no? It lies dormant. This is called dormant. It doesn't mean that it is dead. No. It is not active, it is not dead, it is dormant. And again it springs back during the rainy season. In true savanna lands, the grasses is tall and coarse growing up to 6 to 12 feet height. That is called as an elephanta grass. Grow in tufts and have a long roots. Why do they have a long roots? In search of water. Extenders. Just remember octopus sands. So here and there they are trying for the water. They have a long roots which reach down in search of a water. Is this clear, ma? See, look at here. Do they have a long roots? Do they penetrate deep? Long roots, it is extending this side, all the direction like octopus sands because in search of water. Okay, is this clear? In between the long grasses are scattered short trees and low bushes. As rainfall diminishes towards the desert, the savanna merges into thorny scrubs. So it is dominated by tall grass and here we have a short trees and a thorny scrubs. Is this clear? Are you getting an idea? Natural vegetation of savanna climate. The savanna landscape is typified by Tg greater than St. Tall grass are more in number than short trees. Is first point is clear? Is first point is clear? Second, this tropical grasslands are also called by another name called bushveld or parkland. Bushveld or parkland. Okay. Then trees are deciduous, shedding their leaves in the cool, dry season to prevent excessive loss of water through transpiration. So they don't want to lose their water through evapotranspiration. So they get into dormant mode. Dormant mode. I shed all the tree leaves and I keep stand like a spikes. Okay, thorny. So the trees are deciduous, shedding their leaves in the cool, dry season to prevent the excessive loss of water through transpiration. Example, acacias. Trees, so this is a second point and this is a third point you have to remember. And the fourth point is trees usually have a broad trunk with water storing devices to survive through the prolonged drought. Just imagine camel. Camel, it is an animal which live in the desert. How it is able to live in this desert? How? It know how to preserve, isn't it? It know how to maintain. So these animals are normally, rather than you see the animals in the hotwood equatorial climate, the desert animals or savanna or grassland animals, they are very brilliant and smart. Okay, the drought resistant, they know how to maintain themselves. That we will discuss now. Okay, many trees, now we are discussing about the vegetation. Many trees are umbrella shaped, exposing only a narrow edge to the strong winds because this is a region which comes under the trade winds. Yes or no? In true savanna land, the grass is tall and coarse, growing 6 to 12 feet high. The elephanta grass may attain a height of even 15 feet. Grasses appear greenish and well nourished in the rainy season. Yes, they look green, very fresh. They flourish in the rainy season. What is the rainy season in Savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland? It is from the month of May till September in the northern hemisphere. So this season you can see a fresh grass. Okay, they looks very good, greenish, well nourished, but they turns pale yellow, dies down in the dry season. Here the rainy season is a hot, that is summer season. Okay, summer rainfall, and it turns yellow and dies down in the dry season. Dry season is the cool season here, winter season. Yes or no, ma? Did we discuss? Are you able to follow? Please let me know. As the rainfall diminishes towards the desert, the savanna merges into scrubland, which means two things you have to remember with respect to rainfall. One is that the precipitation decreases from equator towards the poles. This is one thing. Second thing, the precipitation decreases from coastal areas towards the interior. Yes or no? So when it moves away, when it moves towards the desert, of course the savanna merges into thorny scrub. This is clear? See, rainfall 20 to 50 inches per year. Temperature 60 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Location in Africa. Which are the places in Africa? When I say Africa, immediately this figure should come in your mind, isn't it? So starting from Kano, West Africa, Eastern Africa and Southern Africa. Sudan, majority of the Africa. And in South America, you have to draw the equator. So in the north of the equator and south of the equator. The north of the equator, Lionas region. In the south of the equator, it is a compass region. Yes or no? And India and Australia. Animals, wild beast, warthog, elephants and zebra. Plants, road grass, elephanta grass. Interesting facts. Savanna are the only biome that is mostly made up of grass. That's why the name itself is as a tropical grasslands. This is clear till now? Any doubts? Any confusion? Are you able to follow? Can I proceed? So that in this class itself we can complete this topic. Can I proceed, ma? So interesting grassland biome facts. Grasslands are also known as prairies, pampas, steppe and savanna. Okay? Yes. Grassland biomes are normally situated between the forest and the desert. So it is called as a transitional type, isn't it? It is called as a transitional type. Savanna, Sudan or tropical grassland because it is found between the forest. What forest? Equatorial forest and the desert. Okay. So we can say F, S, D. Equatorial forest, savanna or Sudan, hot desert. Alright. Then 25% of the earth is covered by the grassland biome. So it is like, yes, of course, 1/4 or 1/5. Then 1/4. Tropical and temperate are the two kinds of grassland. Tropical, so this is very important. Grasslands, we have two types. Tropical grassland and temperate grassland. Tropical grassland is known as savanna or Sudan. Temperate grassland is known as steppe. Temperate grassland is known as steppe. So yes, like here I shall make it. So for grasslands, can I give the keyword S3 or S square? Can we remember S square for grassland, which means tropical grassland and temperate grassland. Tropical grassland, temperate grassland. Tropical is savanna or Sudan. Okay. Temperate is steppe. Alright, now any confusion? So yes, itself savanna or steppe. Savanna is a tropical grassland. Steppe is a temperate grassland. Grassland facts. Biotic factors can also affect the grassland organisms. Large population of the grazing animals will prevent trees and shrubs from growing around the grassland pond. Two season, rainy season, short cycle of heavy rain. Drought season, long period of little or no rain. Rainy season is short, but drought is a long. Example, Savanna in Africa, it has both the rainy, flood and the drought season. Is this fine? Can I proceed? So this is Savanna, desert plants, scrub, acacias. Okay. Now we are going to discuss our near and dear ones. Who is our near and dear ones? Come on, I'll show you some pictures. You just choose. Okay. You just choose. Whom do you like? I'll give you some 10-60 seconds time. Whom do you have to choose only two pictures. Friends, you each one has to choose only two pictures. My choices. My choices. This fellow and this fellow. I have chosen two. You all register your things, your choice. See, our near animals of the African savanna. If you are during your childhood days or even now, many of us are lovers of watching this National Geographical Channel, Safari, isn't it? So all our near and dear ones, our friends, see how beautiful he looks, majestic. Okay, African elephant, camon eland, African lion, isn't it? It looks too good. Zebra. See, look at here. I have chosen two. Choice, you can say me other. Yes? Any reply? Any reply? No? Wow, how beautiful it is. Who is this? They are very romantic couple. See, who is this male and who is this female here? Radhika, you have chosen only one. I said two, each two. You can't choose mine. I have already chosen elephant and lion. So the remaining you can choose. Just kidding. So look at this couple, ma. Who might be male and who might be female? I think she is female and he is male. Okay, who knows? Let us go for the guess. So we can see all our friends here. So savanna, animal and agriculture. Savanna, particularly in Africa, is the home of diverse variety of wild animals. In this picture, did we see many of our friends wild animals? African wild dog, reticulated giraffe, meerkat, chimpanzee, warthog, white rhinoceros, common eland, African lion, grand zebra. Yes or no? See, look at here. Savanna, particularly in Africa, is home of a diverse varieties of wild animals. Many of the animal films that we see in cinemas are actually taken in savanna. Yes, many animals. Can you say me which is your favorite animal film? Movie, of course, National Geographic Channel, or what are the other things? So you can think, where do they take this video? Where do they shoot these films? Of course, all these are taken in savanna land, savanna grassland, tropical grassland. Some tribes live as a pastoralist. Who are called as a pastoralist? They are Maasai of Kenya and others are settled cultivators. Hausa of Nigeria. So with respect to the tribes, Madagascar 3. Acha, I don't know. Okay. Tribes. Tribes is two groups we have. One is the pastoralist. Who are the pastoralists? Try to remember. Maasai of Kenya. Maasai of Kenya. Another one is settled cultivators. Pastoralists or the nomadic herders. They move from one place to another. Whereas in another group we have settled cultivators. Okay. Settled cultivators, they are known as Hausa. Hausa of Nigeria. Hausa of Nigeria. Is this fine? Masai of Kenya or pastoralist. So can I say PMK? What is this PMK? Pastoralist, Masai of Kenya. And here settled cultivators, CHN. What is this CHN? Settled cultivators who? Hausa of Nigeria. Can we remember like this? Yes or no? Can we remember like this? And tropical grassland animals which do not all occur in the same area. So our near friends, who are they? Giraffe. Why giraffe? They have, why have you ever seen why giraffe have a long neck? What is the food for giraffe? Grass. And the grasses in the savanna tropical grasslands, it is not a short grass, it is a long grass. Grasses of 6 feet and 12 feet. If you wanted to take the grass, of course, so elongated neck. So they get modified according to the vegetation there, isn't it? Included the giraffe, zebra, buffalo, kangaroo, mice, moles, gophers, ground squirrels, snakes, worms, termites, beetles, lion, leopards, hyenas, zebu cattle, and elephants. The world's greatest diversity of ungulates, hoofed mammals, is found on the savannas of Africa. The soil of tropical grassland is porous with rapid drainage of water. What is the difference between porosity and non-porosity? I have already discussed in my classes. Anyway, I'll repeat again. Porous and non-porous. Porosity and non-porous. Non-porosity. Okay. For example, let me take two different soils. One is a sandy soil. One is a sandy soil. Another one is a clayey soil. Clayey soil. Just imagine you are having in this hand, in right hand I am having a clayey soil, in the left hand I am having a sandy soil. Take a glass of a water. First you keep the clayey soil here. Take the sandy soil. Take a glass of a water. Okay, sandy soil is loose, isn't it? If you allow it to flow, you can see the free flow of the soil, isn't it? The sandy soil, if you pour a glass of a water, what will happen to the water? Just imagine I am pouring a water. Okay, I am pouring the water. By the time you turn this side, all the waters that got absorbed. Yes or no? Yes or no? The water is lost because it got absorbed by the sandy soil. Because the pores, the particles, the spaces in between the sand particles and soil it's large. Pores are bigger pores and wider space. Whereas you take a clayey soil, what will happen if you pour a water here? If you pour a water here, penetration, here it will let the water to penetrate quickly and it is lost. Here it lets the water to penetrate slowly, drip by drip. So it has a long retention. So porosity, non-porosity, you can judge on the basis of water penetration. Is this clear, ma? Is this clear? Yes or no? Please answer. So the world's greatest diversity of ungulates, the hoofed mammals, is found on the savannas of Africa. The soil of tropical grassland is porous. Now you know what is porous, with rapid drainage of water. Yes or no? It has only a thin layer of humus. Why? Where you will have more humus, where the water is more retained. It terms there will a humus is an application. Of course, it's a very fertile soil. It comes under the subjection. It comes under the application of the microorganisms. Okay, it will degrade. But here it will have a thin layer of humus because it is a loosey sandy soil, and the organic portion of the soil created by the partial decomposition of the plant or the animal matter, which provides vegetation with nutrients. So humus is one of the most important. If you see the word, if it is humus rich, Humus rich means the soil is fertile because it comes under the partial decomposition of microorganisms. When you see low humus or thin layer of humus means the soil is infertile. Just remember, in the fertile soil, you can expect the agriculture to flourish. In the infertile soil, will it support the agriculture? Will it support the agriculture? So you are able to relate the concept. Yes or no? The Sudan climate with the distinct wet and dry period is also responsible for deterioration of soil fertility. Why? Because we have a very less rainy season. The rainy season is happening in the hot May to September, and the cool dry season is also responsible for deterioration of soil fertility because the soil is porous in nature. It doesn't have a water retention. Okay, without that, so it consists of only thin layer of humus. When the humus is less in any particular place, then you can say it is a infertile soil. Is this clear, ma? Any doubt till now? Any doubt till now? Once I complete, I'll do the revision again. Are you able to follow? Are you able to follow? Next. During rainy season. What is the rainy season in the northern hemisphere? Of course, it is in the month of May to September. Summer rainfall, summer maximum. Torrential downpour, typical geographical term. What do you mean by torrential? Heavy rainfall. Torrential downpour of heavy rain causes leaching, leading to drainage of soil nutrients. During the dry season, intense heating and evaporation dries up the soil water. So when instead of raining, it is pouring. Heavy rainfall leaches the topsoil of the water. It doesn't allow the infiltrate. It doesn't allow the underground water to recharge, underground aquifer to recharge. All the precious precipitation is lost and it runs off the topsoil. So it leads to the drainage of the soil nutrients. During the dry season, intense heating and evaporation also dries up the soil. So the water is lost through the evaporation process during the dry season, and during the rainy season, it is lost and run off. So totally no profit during rainy season or even during the dry season with respect to this. Many savanna areas therefore have a poor laterite soil. What kind of soil we can see in the savanna? It is a poor laterite soil, incapable of supporting good crops. So what did I say? If the soil is humus rich means it is a fertile soil. The savanna soil is a humus rich. Please answer me. Is savanna soil is a humus rich? No, it is not humus rich. It consists of a thin layer of humus. Then the soil is an infertile soil. If the soil is infertile, then it doesn't support the agriculture. So it comes under the poor laterite soil, incapable of supporting good crops unless the soil is properly conserved by manuring and weeding. Is this clear? Is this clear? Then, can I proceed? I'll complete first, then we'll go for the revision. Can I proceed, ma? So, next is called as animal life of the savanna. Savanna is known as big game country. Savanna is known as big game country as thousands of animals are trapped or killed each year by people from all over the world, because all our near and dear ones are here. We have seen it is a home of a wild animals, big game country. So what is the term big game country? It is used to represent the animals in the savanna. Yes or no? Yes or no? And what is the term parkland and bushveld? Parkland or bushveld? This term represents the vegetation in savanna. Is this clear? Is this clear, ma? Any doubt? This term represents the vegetation in savanna. Parkland or bushveld is the term represents the vegetation, and big game country savanna is known as because it represents the animal life of savanna. So it's trapped and killed each year by people all over the world. There are two main group of animals in the savanna. One is that grass-eating herbivorous animals. Example, giraffe, long neck, lengthy. Why? Because of tall grass. And the flesh-eating carnivorous animal, vegetarian, non-vegetarian. Grass-eating, flesh-eating. The herbivorous include zebra, antelope, giraffe, deer, gazelle, elephant, etc. So the examples of herbivorous grass-eating animals, what are they? Zebra, giraffe, antelope, gazelle, deer, elephant, etc. Most of the National Geographic and Animal Planet documentaries on wild animals are shot in savanna region. Very interesting factor, isn't it? Isn't it? Majority of the National Geographic Channel and Animal Planet documentaries on wild animals are shot in savanna region. And carnivorous animals include lion, tiger, leopard, hyena, panther, jaguar, jackal, etc. So these are all non-vegetarian. Okay, flesh-eating animals like lion, tiger. So all both herbivorous and carnivorous you can find here. The species of reptiles and mammals also. So once you get into the savanna land, even if you escape from herbivorous animals, you will be caught with the carnivorous. Even if you escape from herbivorous and carnivorous, somehow you will be caught with the reptiles and mammals. It's better let us not visit. So species of reptiles and mammals including crocodiles, alligators, giant lizards live together with a large rhinoceros and hippopotamus in rivers and marshy lakes. Yes or no? Please go through this. Please go through this. So species of reptiles and mammals including crocodile, alligators, giant lizard. It is not a normal lizard that what you see on the walls. It's a very big lizard. Giant lizards live together with a large rhinoceros and hippopotamus in rivers and marshy lakes. Savanna is said to be a natural cattle country. And many of its native people are herdsmen and pastoralists. Now say me, who are the pastoralists? And who are the settled cultivators? Just now I've given you example. Who are the pastoralists? Pastoralists. So since savanna is said to be a natural cattle country, many of its native people are herdsmen and pastoralists, which cattle kept in large numbers for meat and milk. Okay, but the settlements in Central Africa, Northern Australia and Eastern Brazil have shown an immense growth potential and food and plantation crops such as maize, millet, corn, banana. It's all a hard crops, plantation crops, food crops, maize, millet, corn, banana, beans and groundnut, and plantation crops such as cotton, tobacco, sugarcane, coffee, groundnut, oil palms, tropical fruits, etc. Is this clear? PMK. Am I right? PMK. Pastoralist Maasai of Kenya. CHN. Settled cultivators Hausa of what? Nigeria. Super. Is this fine? So last is life and economy in the savanna. Can I move on? Of course, we'll complete the class in another 10-15 minutes. Are you enjoying this topic? Are you finding it easy? See, of course, we are going to complete the last. D is over completely, C is over, B is over. Now we are in the last E. Distribution, climate, vegetation, life and economy. DCVE is the code, strong secret code to master all the climatic types. Okay? Life and economy in the savanna. Many tribes live in savanna region. Tribes like Maasai tribes of East African Plateau are pastoralists, whereas Hausa of northern Nigeria are settled cultivators. Here only we have discussed the code PMK, East Africa. Pastoralists, Maasai, East African Plateau, that is Kenya. Okay, and pastoralists, whereas house of northern Nigeria or settled cultivators. Old grazing grounds of Maasai tribes in Kenyan highlands were taken over by the immigrant white settlers for plantation agriculture, of course, to work in the plantation and dairy farming. The cattle kept by the Maasai. So the Maasai is the one who loved the cattle. Those days, see, now you can see whether you are rich or poor. How? You will be judged based on the things you have. You have a big bungalow, you have a car, you have a two-wheeler, you have this much, then you comes under the category of rich person. If you have a normal, if you live in the rented house and you have a normal bike, he is a middle class fellow. Okay, poor, he doesn't, it just is finding hard. So the terms of your assessment is based on the wealth. So what you see as a wealth, the material, but for those people those days, their wealth is determined basis of the cattle they have in each house. Cattle, according to them, which houses has more number of cattle, they are treated as the rich people. So they give so much of importance to the cattle. The cattle kept by the Maasai are kept entirely for the supply of milk. They do not slaughter cattle for meat. Since they treat this cattle as the well, then imagine how much respect they might be showing to it. So they use this only for the milk purpose. They do not slaughter. They do not slaughter cattle for meat. So this shows their respect towards their cattle. Did you understand, ma? Did you understand? So the cattle kept by the Maasai of East African Plateau, Kenya, they are the pastoralists, entirely only for the supply of the milk. They don't slaughter cattle for the meat. Agriculture is barely practiced. Now you know why it is barely practiced, because of the poor soil and you don't have other things. That's the thing. So the Hausa are tribe of the settled cultivators who inhabit the savanna lands of Nigeria. They are more advanced in their cultivation, in their civilization. See, when compared to the pastoralists, they are nomadic herders. They are not highly civilized. They do not know, other than rearing the cattle, they do not know anything beyond that. But when you come to Hausa of Nigeria, they comes under the category of the settled cultivators. They don't wander from one place to another. They settle at one place. Okay, like pastoralists, they don't move from one place to another. They settle at one place. That particular plot, they'll try to do the cultivation. At least with the normal, they don't practice shifting cultivation. They settle and do the cultivation. This shows that how much civilization they have, how much knowledge they have, isn't it? Okay, the Hausa are the tribe of the settled cultivators who inhabit the savanna lands of Nigeria. They are more advanced in their civilization. They do not practice shifting cultivation. Instead, they clear a piece of land and use it for several years. Okay, the shifting cultivation. What is the shifting cultivations? They clear a land, they do the cultivation, they do not know how to maintain that land. Okay, they don't let the land to follow, or they don't do the crop rotation, they don't maintain about the fertility of the land, of the soil. Once the cultivation is done, they burn that particular area and they go and choose the other land, other piece of land. There they will cut the trees and they use it for cultivation. This is how they keep moving from shifting one place to another. But this particular Hausa tribe, they do not do the shifting cultivation. They practice a settled cultivation. Instead, they clear a piece of land. They take a piece of a plot and piece of land and use it for several years. How the piece of land can be used for several years? Unless and otherwise it is not properly cultivated. They know how to do the proper cultivations like fallowing and other things. Is this clear? Is this clear? Crops in savanna. Okay, settlements in Central Africa. Settlements in Central Africa, Northern Australia, Eastern Brazil. Settlements in Central Africa, Northern Australia and Eastern Brazil have shown that savannas have immense agricultural potential for plantation agriculture of cotton, cane sugar, coffee, oil palm, groundnuts and even tropical fruits. Okay. So settlements in Central Africa and Northern Australia and Eastern Brazil have shown that savanna have an immense agriculture potential for plantation crops. What are they? Cotton, cane, sugar, coffee, oil palm, groundnuts and even tropical fruits. Tropical Queensland, Australia, despite a scarcity of labor force, has been very successful in developing its huge empty land. Okay, is this clear till now? Are you enjoying this topic, ma? Of course, only another 3 slides is there. We'll complete in another 10 minutes. So, Kenya, what is this? Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. Just say the capital of Kenya, capital of Uganda, Tanzania. Kenya. Forget Africa. We have discussed Africa. Please go and do the revision, ma. Nairobi, Uganda, Tanzania, Dodoma, Malawi have already taken to large-scale production of cotton. No. Uganda, Kampala. See, brew coffee, na? Tanzania, Dodoma. That is fine. Kenya, Nairobi. Super. So, West African, the commercial cultivation of groundnuts, oil palm, cocoa. What is the cocoa triangle? Ghana, Accra, Kumasi. Ghana, Accra and Kumasi is known as Cocoa Triangle in West Africa. Did we discuss? Radhika, did you attend my classes on Africa political map class? I think you were there, right? Yes. Have been gradually extended into savanna lands. In the cooler highlands, the temperate crops have been successfully raised. Is this clear? So in West Africa, the commercial cultivation of groundnuts, oil palms, cocoa have been gradually extended into savanna lands. In cooler highlands, temperate crops have been successfully raised. This is clear? Any doubt? Farming. Droughts are long due to unreliable rainfall. Political instability, of course, hinders the development of agricultural infrastructure. The Sudan climate with its distinct Sudan or savanna or tropical grassland. Yes or no? Sudan or savanna or tropical grassland with its distinct wet and dry period is also responsible for rapid deterioration of soil fertility. So this point already we have strongly registered. During the rainy season, torrential downpour of heavy rain causes leaching of nitrate, phosphate and potash. During the dry season, intense heating and evaporation. So during the rainy season, torrential downpour, heavy runoff takes away, leaches out the top fertile soil, and during the dry season, intense heating and evaporation dries up most of the water. So many savanna areas therefore have a poor laterite soil, thin layer of humus, which are incapable of supporting good crops. Oh, did you miss it? Really sad. We had such an interesting class. I think this week we have a leave. So during that leave, you go and check the Africa in special class. Okay? Africa political. Don't miss that much. Such as an amazing. I made. Yes or no, Umkar? We had an amazing class with respect to Africa political. I made you to read all the capitals. We were discussing some rhymes also. The very funny way we have traveled through. Isn't it? Isn't it? Cattle rearing. Savanna is said to be the natural cattle country, big game country. Why? Because of the diverse animal. Natural cattle country, big game country. Such a memorable Africa class. Yes, we had a very interesting rhymes. So Radhika, you can go and have that. You can check that. It was really very good. Natural cattle country and many of the native people are pastoralists. PMK. Okay, pastoralist or herders, nomadic herders, Maasai of Kenya. The quality of the grass doesn't support large-scale ranching. Grasses here are no match to the nutritious and soft grass of temperate grassland. Cattle varieties are also poor and yield little meat or milk. The export of either beef or milk from the tropical grassland is so far not important. Why? Because that cattle treated by the Mazar, they have given much respect to the cattle. They have treated thus the wealth of them is assessed on the basis of the cattle of each house. So they have used this cattle purely only for the milk purpose. So there was no cow slaughtering. It doesn't for meat. Few regions progress with the adaptation of science and technology. Queensland has become Australia's largest cattle producing state. Both the milk and meat are exported. Economy. Many tribes, of course it's a tribal bill, many tribes live within the savanna lands. Some tribes live as a pastoralists like the Maasai and other as a settled cultivators like the Hausa of northern Nigeria. However, agriculture is not much developed. You know the reason why the agriculture is not much developed here? You all know the reason? So successfully I have completed last 5 minutes. Can I ask you the questions? Can we do the quick better me? Can we do the quick better me? With respect to D, C, V, E. Yes or no, ma? What is this D? First is with respect to latitudinal extent. Yes or no? So this D is distribution. D is distribution. C is climate. V is vegetation. And E is economy and life of the people. So this is the most powerful code DCVE. Under D, we will be discussing two things. One is L, latitudinal extent. Another one is P, LP. Under climate, we will be discussing two things. TP. What is this? Temperature and precipitation. And vegetation and life of economy. So in general, the most powerful code for any climatic type is DCVE. Yes or no? Yes or no? So under latitudinal extent. So under L, what is the point? What is the point? Will you fill the answer? Can I wait for you guys? Under the places. So it is a recap. Just give me this answers alone. So with respect to climate, temperature. Temperature, annual precipitation. That is with respect to rainy season. Vegetation, keywords. Can I wait for 2-3 minutes? Will you give the answer? Can I wait for 2-3 minutes? Please try to fill this. Of course, we have successfully completed Savanna or Sudan. Tomorrow we will be doing a desert climate. Probably I'll be doing the class in 8 p.m. not afternoon. I'll let you know. Of course, it has been scheduled. I'll let you know. One topic is left. Tomorrow we'll be doing. Saturday on special class, we'll be doing fundamental rights. This is fine, ma? Yes. So try to give the answer. Latitudinal extent. Vegetation keywords. Parkland. Bushveld. Tall grass. Greater than short trees. Yes or no? And what are the other things? Deciduous in nature. Poor laterite soil. Poor laterite soil. Are you able to recap all this? Economy thrives with respect to PMK. One is pastoralist, Maasai of Kenya. Then CHN, settled cultivators, Hausa, Nigeria. Okay. Temperature and precipitation. First is rainy in the northern hemisphere. True. Yes, that is true. Northern hemisphere, rainy season, of course, in the month of May to September. So, can I say it is a hot, rainy season. So, it is a summer rainfall, summer maximum. Only two seasons we have. One is a rainy season, another one is a wet season and dry season. So in the northern hemisphere, hot wet season and dry cool dry season. The reverse is in the southern hemisphere. Temperature, extreme diurnal range of temperature, and we have a temperature range with respect to summer and winter. Winter is 15 to 30 degrees Celsius and summer is 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. So do we have a precipitation throughout the year? No, it is distinct in nature. With respect to latitudinal extent, it lies within the tropics. So 5 to 20 degree north and south of equator. So within Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. And it's also transitional. It lies between the equatorial forest, hot wet equatorial forest and mid-latitude desert. In between is what is the name of this? Savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland. Yes or no? Savanna or Sudan or tropical grassland. The places, especially first starting from South America, north of equator, it is Llanos in Orinoco Valley, Orinoco Basin, and south of the equator, it is Campos, Brazilian highlands. Yes or no? And majorly it is in Africa. Starting from West Africa, it extends towards East Africa and curves bends towards Southern Africa. So majority of the Africa is of the savanna type. Yes or no, ma? Super. And are you able to recap? Please let me know. Yes, please try to fill this. So how was the session? So other points, yes ma'am, 5 to 20 degree latitude, Llanos of Orinoco Valley, Campos of Brazil, Central America, Southern Zaire. It is not Southern Zaire actually, Western Africa, and the temperature 18 to 20, 25 to 20, 100 centimeter rainfall, summer maximum, May to September. Are you able to recap all the points, ma? Are you able to recap all the points what we have discussed till now? Any doubts? Any doubts? So, if you're going to use this code, of course, if you're economy, we have discussed the power of DCV, the same, if you're going to strongly master this DCV, the normal myth, there is a normal myth with respect to GC LEONG, it is very difficult, it is very dry, it is very boring, it is very confusing. Now you say me, of course you have traveled with me with respect to this hot wet equatorial, tropical monsoon and tropical marine. Now I have also completed Savanna or Sudan type. Tomorrow I am going to complete hot desert and mid latitude desert climate. Are you finding world climatic types difficult? Please let me know. Are you finding it difficult? World climatic types. If I have another 10 minutes, I can do the revision, but it's already 2 hours in a stretch. I think then and there I was doing the revision. Once I completed DC, I have done the revision, and VE, I have done the revision. If you go and check in your GC LEONG, within half an hour or 20 minutes, you can complete the revision. Yes or no? So we have broke the general myth that climatic types is very boring. It is very dry topic. It is very difficult. No, actually it is an easy, but you should know how to approach that particular. So this is the secret code. This code only we are going to apply for all the remaining types. So more than 50-60% of this book, this is called as a Bible for geography, especially for optional students also. Very, very important book for GS as well as for optional. So this Bible book we are going through. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now you go and check. Now you go and try to finish the Savanna Sudan type in GC LEONG. You find it extremely easy. Okay. So the power of this class, the beauty of this class, I didn't know many of them are missing. So it's up to them. I think they can manage, or they would have already done this or covered this topic. So whatever we do, we'll try to give our best. Of course, the season is started, a festival season started coming. Tomorrow actually I had a class on afternoon. Now I'm thinking that I'll push the afternoon class to night. Only one class tomorrow in UTEP, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we will have a class on this next climatic type. Okay, and Saturday we have an important class on special class, fundamental rights. I'm going to discuss part 3. You will thoroughly enjoy. That is one of the most important. Parliament fundamental rights are very, very important. I can guarantee say that I'll make you to read in class and revise with multiple examples we'll discuss. So one thing you have to do, that be regular to the class. Because the power of live classes, you know, especially my classes, the live classes are more beneficial compared to the recorded session. In the live class, you feel that you are getting done. Things are getting done. You will be the participant. In the recorded classes, you will be only an audience. Okay. So in order to utilize the platform to its fullest and DL Ma'am class to its fullest, come and join us as live learners. Stay connected. I'll catch you tomorrow. So yes, I wanted to extend my greetings, wishing you all a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Okay, let all the joy, happiness, success, everything comes in your life. Of course, we are going to say goodbye to 2020 and we are going to welcome 2021, because that is going to be your target year. Okay, so let us remind with full positivity, confidence, dedication, everything, perseverance. So enjoy your Christmas. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas for all of you. Thoroughly enjoy and come and join tomorrow's night class 8 p.m. There will not be class in the afternoon. Anyway, I will confirm this in the group within a while. Okay? Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. Until then, it's bye from your GL Ma'am. Good luck. Good day. Bye-bye. Stay connected. Don't forget to use this code. Of course, it's been a long time I didn't get the dedications. And increase any classes you missed out. It's better to go and watch those classes in the special platform. Okay, rather than in YouTube, go and watch my classes if you missed out. If the previous classes, if you have missed out, for example, Radhika, there are many classes you have missed in the last, and you can go and search those topics. If you want links also, we can share it in the Telegram. You can go and watch those classes in the special platform. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. Thank you, ma'am. Merry Christmas.